Good wishes, dear students. The type of sum you will be learning from chemical kinetics today is calculating the overall order of the reactions. In the previous classes, you have learned sums based on overall order in terms of 1 mark and 2 mark. I also told you the same type of sums will be asked in terms of 3 mark and 5 mark weightage. So today's concept is based on the weightage of 3 mark and 5 mark. Question is an evaluate yourself 2 question from page number 212. The reaction is already given in the textbook that nitric oxide, when we treat with a chlorine, we get NaCl. Since rate depends on the concentration of the reactant, they have given us concentration of NO in terms of 3 different values they have provided. Concentration of chlorine also is given in 3 different terms, and a rate value for each reaction is given. Working out is very simple. Don't get frightened looking at the data they have provided here to confuse you. All you have to do is write down rate is equals to the formula by which you all are very thorough. Rate constant into concentration of the reactant in terms of NO and in terms of Cl2. Since we are calculating overall order of the reaction, write down the part to be M and part to be N here, or any other variable also you can write. Please do not get yourself confused with the stoichiometry coefficient here. The second one, first step you write in terms of this formula. So rate is equals to 7.8 into 10 to the power 5 is equals to K value we do not know. Now NO, what's the concentration? 0.1. Concentration of chlorine is also 0.1. So 0.1 to the power M and 0.1 to the power N. M and N we are adding because our question is to calculate the overall order of the reaction. So first step. Similarly, you do the same thing for the second step and for the third step. So finally, you arrive at the 3 different equations. Over the second concept is also easier. The third one, you have to calculate the value of M and N. Now, you can see here 1 divided by 2. Now, how to identify which step to be divided by 2? Always look at the values of the reactant concentration. 0.1, 0.2. Both the places M is the part, but 0.1 and 0.2. In this case, if you look 0.1 and 0.1. So if you consider 1 and 2, the same value can be cancelled out. Am I making my points clear? So this is how you have to analyze the given data and select which one will give you the value of. If N gets cancelled, we can easily find out the M term. Let's see how to do about it. So 1 divided by 2 I am writing. You understand why am I dividing 1 by 2? Now substitute the value. First reaction rate value is 7.8 into 10 to the power 5. The second rate value is 3.12 into 10 to the power minus 4. I am just writing is equals to K into concentration of concentration of NO, that is 0.1 to the power M into 0.1 to the power N by K into 0.2 to the power M by 0.1 to the power N. This is what I told you. Since both the places the value of N is same, score out, the full term goes out. K and K can be scored out. 10 to the power minus 5 and 10 to the power, when it goes out, you will have a 10 to the power minus 1 as the answer. If you are too good at numericals, you can directly cancel, or you can also use the logbook. I have taught you how to use it. So you arrive at the value 2.5 into 10 to the power minus 1. This minus 1, if you move 1 decimal places in front, how can you write it as a 0.25? Avoid any part term here. It will avoid the confusions for you. 0.25 you can write it. Now on the other side, all these terms are get cancelled. You have a 0.1 by 0.2. Now why am I writing the whole thing to the power 3? Here again, loss of exponents. If you remember, a to the power m by b to the power m can be written as a by b to the power m. So that simplifies our steps here. Next step, 0.25 you got it here. Now 0.25, little more you can simplify. Now I'll tell you this point, then I'll come back to here. 0.1 and 0.2, point and point get cancelled. 1 by 2 when you divide, you get 0.5 to the power m, you get the answer. Now, from where did I get this 0.25 into 0.5? Square root of 5 is a 25. So, 0.5 into 0.5 can be written it as a 0.25. So, instead of writing 0.25, if I write it 0.5 to the power 2 times, 0.5 and 0.5 gets cancelled. I get the value m is equals to 2. It's an easy calculation. Now this is how we get the m value. Now let's repeat the same step for a n value. Now in terms of n, now these two you divided, you got the value of m. Now look at the next thing. Now we have to calculate the n value. If you look at it here, now m value is same 0.2 and a 0.2. So what can we do? We can write it as a, now these two terms if we take it 2 and 3, we can find the value of n. Here again a small trick to be followed. You can also 2 by 3 or you can also write 3 by 2, meaning second step divided by third step or a third step divided by the second step. I'm reversing the order. So greater number goes to the numerator, smaller number comes to the denominator. So hence the step I have written 3 by 2. 2 by 3 also you can write, but negative numbers will be in the denominator, little bit of conversion you have to do that. So for that easy, always keep the greater number in the numerator. So the third step divided by the second step. You understand the concept? K and K get cancelled since m value is same. In the previous question, you got 0.1 value to be the same. N value. In this case, m values are same. They get cancelled. 10 to the power minus 4, 10 to the power minus 4 gets cancelled. So, we are left with 9.36 and 3.12. Here again, either you can go for direct calculation or a logbook when you use. You get 0.4771. For that, when you look anti-log, you get the value to be 2.9. which can be rounded to a whole number of 3. This side if you look 0.3 by 0.1, the whole thing to the power n, you understand from how did I write this? Point and point get cancelled, 3 by 1 gives you 3. Or the other way, if you remember your concept of decimal point, after decimal point you've got a 1 digit in the numerator, 1 digit in the denominator. So add 10 in the numerator, 10 in the denominator. Finally you get 3 by 1 is equals to 3. Any concept, same answer you will be arriving. Here again 3 and 3 get cancelled. You get n is equals to 1. So in the previous step you got m is equals to 2. In this step you've got n is equals to 1. Therefore overall order of the reaction is m plus n. When you add these two you get it's a third order reaction. Am I making my points clear? Now similar type of question is given on page number 209. And one more type of question in objective 15 from page number 228. Children, it's very easy, only the weightage is more because of the data provided. Remember which term can be considered so that the other term gets cancelled. If you know that concept, working out the numericals based on overall order of the reaction is very easy. Kindly work out these two questions so that you get practiced. Thank you.